Hello everyone, Tina here for Queen & Co. I hope you're having a fabulous day. We are going to shake it up once more using the Happy Harmony kit. And I thought with Valentine's Day around the corner, we would make some pink cards filled with love. We are going to be using the piano today and also the heart that is in this kit. So I already took everything out of the package and we're going to jump in and get started. For my pattern paper, I picked out these 3 pattern papers. We have the pink with the notes, the tone-on-tone polka dots, and then we also have the piano keys. I thought it was really fun. We're going to do a little bit of die cutting to create our shaker in our background. I'm bringing in the Queen & Co. Foundations die 3 set. We're actually going to use the 2 rectangles in here, and then also the banner for our greeting. And then using the Love Foundation dies, we're going to create a background using this one. And also we're going to add this trio of hearts. We're going to use the 2 rectangle dies from the Foundations 3 die set to create. We're going to do all of our die cutting out at once just to make things a little bit easier for both cards. And speaking of both cards, I do want to mention that I created a video previously using the Happy Harmony kit. So if you have missed that one, you can check it out. Okay, with these 2 dies, we're going to create a background for one of our cards using piano keys. And then I'm also going to take the plum colored cardstock and die cut out a panel with this, and then also using the same die I'll die cut out a panel with the pink notes. Okay, using the trio hearts piece, I'm going to die cut this out twice also with the pink and also with the plum color to create a background filled with hearts. Now with our banner, I'm going to cut out a couple pieces of white cardstock. And then this is going to be perfect to stamp both of our greetings on. And then I'm using a white card base for my cards today, and I wanted some hearts in the background, just kind of peeking out. And I'm going to bring in a very pale gray cardstock for this. And I'm going to cut this out about 3 times to fill in my background on my card base. Okay, we have some black cardstock. Let's bring in our Happy Harmony die set. I'm going to take the piano keys here and die cut this out with black cardstock. I'm also going to take the musical note. We're going to die cut this out along with these musical notes. I'm not sure what this is called. Let me know in the comments if you know what this is called. But I know it's part of a musical note set. And then we have our heart. I'm going to die cut this out. I'm going to actually bring in some striped paper. Let's bring in a little bit of color to our cards. So using our, I'm going to take from our Happy Harmony 6x6 matte stack, I'm going to take some stripes. We'll bring in a little extra color to our card. And I'm going to die cut this out with my stripe paper. And since this is just, I want to make sure that it's centered so all my stripes are vertical. Okay, and we'll add a little bit of extra color. And then while we're die cutting out, we also have the piano and the piano keys. I'm bringing in white cardstock. We're going to create a piano, a white piano today. So this is all the die cutting that we're going to do for both cards. I'm going to run everything through my die cut machine, and then we're going to start with our first project. For my first card, I have everything die cut out and we are ready to go. I also cut out a 3/4 inch strip of that stripe paper, bringing some color to this card. And I love that you can cut out a strip of the piano keys. So I cut out a strip of just 1 row of the piano keys. For my background, we're going to be using these hearts, and I thought we would fill in our background with these. So I'm just going to use my tape runner. The gray cardstock that I'm using is a very pale gray, so it's just going to be a light contrast. We have the background almost filled in. We have this section, and that's where these little extra pieces come in handy. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim away what's overhanging, and we can actually use these to fill in any open areas. Let's see. I think this will work right here. Since I use a tape runner, if I have any pieces that are lifting up, I'm just going to lightly tack down those with my glue. We have a background filled with hearts. I just love this. Okay, we have these two pieces of pattern paper. I'm actually just going to crisscross them. Kind of create a playful wonkiness. I'll add these to I'm going to add this to the front of my card. And then with our stripes and our music notes, I'm going to add these at an angle. But just that little piece of pattern paper makes a lot of difference, adding some color. Now is the fun part. Let's grab our harmony refill pack, and we're going to take the piano. Last card we made was with the guitar and the music notes. So let's take the heart that we're going to use today, and then we'll also take the piano. We're also going to take our acetate covers here. I'm going to take the heart for our next card and our piano for this one. There we go. Before we create our shaker for this, let's go ahead and add the keys to our keyboard. Okay, I have die cut them out with the black cardstock. I'm going to add glue to that dotted detail on this piece, and then we are going to add our keys. And our piano keys are good to go. Now what we can do is kind of play around with the placement. And I think that's going to look really good, kind of overlapping on our panel. So I'm going to remove the release paper off of the back of our piano. We're going to tack this down. Very easy to create. And then we have, this is the inside foam piece to our piano. I'm going to trim this. I'm going to trim a piece of that extra foam, remove the release paper here, and I'm going to add my keys to the very base of my piano so it's all flush. Our piano is going to be white, so I'm going to take the die cut piece that we created, and I'm going to insert this into our background. And now we need some toppings. So I chose these three toppings for my card today. We have the clear, the gray, and the pink. I might add a little bit of purple too. Let's add, we'll add some pink. I'm going to add some gray, and we're going to add some clear. Now I'm going to remove the release paper. Oops, we got a straggler. I'm going to remove the release paper off of my piano. It releases very easily, and then we are going to place our acetate right over the top. I just love how easy it is. You don't have to fuss with foam tape or sticking up your scissors. This just makes it so easy. Okay, I have the outline. We're going to add some adhesive behind here. I like to use my tape runner for the outlines because I have a tendency to get glue everywhere. So tape runners work great. I'm going to add the rest of my piano here. Okay, and then we have our large music note. I'm going to add this to the front of our shaker, kind of overlapping. And then I have some extra smaller music notes. Before we add these, I'm going to stamp my greeting. I love that there's a variety of sentiments in here. And for this card, we're going to put me plus you equals perfect harmony. I think that's perfect for Valentine's Day, but not just for Valentine's Day. It's good for every day. Let's put this on an acrylic block. I'm going to ink this up with my black ink. And for this one, I'm going to cut off one of the ends of the fishtail. I'm going to place this right here. So I'm going to stamp my greeting closer to the right side here. Okay, we have some extra foam adhesive. I'm just going to add a little piece on the back side. Now I do want to mention too, when you use this foam tape, it's very forgiving. So if you have the foam tape in the wrong section, it's pretty easy to remove from paper, which makes it really nice, especially if you want to adjust. Let's go ahead and take this. How fun is this? I love the shake. And you know what? With these toppings, I love that you can hear it. Okay, let's take some music notes. And for this, I'm going to use a little bit of glue. And I just don't want too many. I don't want too much going on here. But I'm going to add a few to our background. I'm just going to add a couple of these smaller music notes. And we're going to use some on our next card. But that will finish off my first card. So this is a great card for Valentine's Day. Okay, we're going to jump into our next card project. We're going to start by taking our pattern paper. We're going to adhere this to the front of our card base. We're going to center it. This does leave me a little bit of a border, and I love that about this foundation die set. We'll adhere this. And then we have our hearts. I'm going to take this, we're going to put some adhesive behind here. And I'm using the light pink. And I saved the other one, and then we're going to use the dark pink to inlay on this. So let's add this to the front of our card. We'll just tack this down. And then I want to add some adhesive behind these hearts, and we're going to adhere them on the inside. Once we have these adhered, we get to make our shaker. So let's take our heart foam, punch out the inside piece, and you know, you can keep this. This is so cute. If you wanted to take your negative piece and add this to your card, look how cute this is. We're actually going to use this piece, but save this. I'm not going to use this for scrap pieces, but I think this is cute you could use for another card. So I'm going to remove the release paper off of the back of my foam. We're going to tack this down, kind of at a little bit of an angle. And then I die cut out the inside of the heart with the stripe paper. And then I also die cut it out with that plum colored pattern paper. We're going to take the stripes and add it to the inside of our heart. Now we're going to add our toppings, and we're going to use the same toppings that we used for our first card. Kind of mix them up a little bit. I'm going to remove the release paper here. We're going to add our acetate cover right over the top. Tack that down. Give it a good shake. And then I'm going to take our outline for the top of our acetate, and I'm going to add some adhesive. And we'll tack this right over our heart here. I went ahead and stamped my greeting on another one of those banners. This one says, "You are the music in my heart." It goes perfect with the heart here. I love that the greetings in the stamp set match perfectly the images for our shakers. Tack that right down in the front, and then we have those leftover music notes. Let's add some music. I'm going to use my glue, add a few little dots. Wonderful. Okay, we have a few extra music notes for next time, and that will finish off my project number 2. I think this would be great for Valentine's Day, but not necessarily. I think these both would be great for any day. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.